everyone, welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So you guys already read the title. You saw the thumbnail. That's why you clicked on this video. There's no beating around the bush this time. Gun review update. The Glock Model 45 MOS 1,000 round update. So what issues have we had with this gun? What ammunition have we put through this gun? We have a lot of questions and we have a lot of answers at the same time. So let's get right into it. I'm sure some of y'all were expecting this video to be made sooner or later, but I'm willing to bet y'all didn't expect it to be this soon. So with the Glock Model 45 MOS, how many malfunctions did we have? We did have a handful of malfunctions. Now, when I say malfunctions, I don't mean failure to feeds. I don't mean failure to ejects. I don't mean stovepipes. I don't mean double feeds. I don't mean any of your basic standard malfunctions. Do I count these malfunctions against the gun? No, and when I explain them, you're going to hear why. It was mainly light primer strikes. Now, it wasn't a super common issue by any standard. We had literally about a handful of times that it happened. Now, one time it did happen with the same bullet about 4 times. That's how we know it's a dead primer. Every other time that we've had a light primer strike, we have reran it through this gun another 2 more times, and each time consistent with light primer strikes, meaning the primers themselves were dead. Not the gun itself. It has nothing to do with the firing pin. And if you guys actually know really anything about Glocks, you know that firing pin is a hard hitter. You guys know that. So the fact that we had those issues out of a Glock, let alone multiple strikes from the firing pin of a Glock, tells you that it is 100% dead primers. It's not an issue with the gun. It's not an issue with the magazine. Nothing along those lines. Not an issue with the firing pin. It's just an issue with the primers on the rounds themselves. Other than that, if I had any malfunctions with this gun, no, not at all. 1,000 rounds in, just so you guys can see, we are indeed clear. Not that bad. Not that bad. Could definitely use a little more cleaning, but still not bad. This thing has been phenomenal to shoot. I mean, I've had people who, they don't hate Glocks, but they're definitely SIG guys. They have said so themselves multiple times, who have shot this gun and they're like, okay, yeah, that was actually super fun to shoot. They've even gone as far as to say, where is the recoil on this thing? I mean, this gun is incredibly easy to shoot, incredibly fun to shoot. There's no denying it. And then you just get all the added benefits that it's pretty damn good for self-defense. So let's get right into it right here. A 17+1 capacity of 9mm, or if you're outside of the US, 9x19, 9mm Parabellum, 9mm Luger, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it 9mm. Now, 17+1, or, if you're like me and you just want to mess around, you can always get the stick mag for it. Then you have 31 or 33+1, but obviously you're not going to carry a stick mag. But, it's always fun to, have thoughts about that. But MOS, it being an MOS model is a big plus for me. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you have the option between getting a MOS or optics ready model or not, always get the MOS model. The reason why is because you don't have to throw a dot on there. You don't have to throw an optic on there in any capacity if you don't want to. You can keep it just plain iron sights. That's more than fine. But if you want to throw a dot on there or any kind of optic, you will have the ability to because of the fact that it is an MOS model. So if you're considering buying this gun itself, make sure to get the MOS model. Now, this being a Gen 5 Glock, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of those, just a couple of things that you will notice here compared to, let's say, your Gen 3 or your Gen 4 models. They did take away the finger grooves, as I'm sure you guys can see here. It is a different texture here. It's honestly not that bad. We do have an ambi slide stop lever. You do see one on this side, and you see one on this side right here. Other than that, things are all in all pretty much the same. I mean, yes, I guess you could argue since, the 4th generation that the slides are not as squared, but, that's not that big of a deal. All in all, and you do get a upgraded, quote unquote, recoil spring and guide rod as well. Sorry about that. Didn't want to forget that part. Now, has my opinion on this gun changed for any of the self-defense situations? No, I would actually argue that it is, that it has even proved itself more than it did beforehand. Now, you guys have to understand, when I say I put 1,000 rounds to this gun, I mean, as you guys have seen in the 500 round review, some of the rounds I was shooting, I was just straight mag dumping just to see how quickly I can mag dump it. Some of them I was doing drills. I was hitting Mozambiques. I was doing bill drills. I was having fun with it. And the only malfunctions that this gun has had has solely been light primer strikes on cartridges with dead primers. 1,000 rounds later. Now, keep in mind, guys, it is a Glock. That's not exactly unheard of for Glock for them to go 1,000 rounds without any real issues. That's actually what you expect from them, which is why you want to get this gun. If you were getting a Glock, you were expecting reliability. You were expecting, well, just something that you can actually depend your life on here. And in this case, the Glock Model 45 MOS, yeah, you 100% can depend your life on it. For home defense, I can't say the score has changed in the slightest because everything about this gun is phenomenal for home defense. The size of it, it's very easy to shoot. The caliber, very easy to shoot, yet also with ammunition technological advances, there we go. And the round is also pretty capable of stopping a threat. You are MOS, so you can get a dot on there. It has an accessory rail, so you can toss a light on there if you want to, like I have it. And the trigger, while not being the best, when I say the best, you guys have to understand, I just yesterday was shooting a CZTS2. It's not exactly like, I can tell you guys that there are a lot better triggers other than Glocks. I've shot staccatos before. I can tell you guys there are a lot better triggers other than Glock. However, if you actually practice with this thing, you're going to be pretty accurate with it. You have to sit there and actually practice. So, and for those of y'all who are going to sit there and make the kind of cringy, douchey comment, oh, he flagged the camera. There is literally no cameraman. I have no cameraman. I'm the one who records all my videos by myself. There's literally just a tripod holding up my phone. I know my gun's empty, and if I want to shoot my phone, I can. Now, with that being the case, moving on from that, overall, I can truly say that this gun is phenomenal. Now, I wish I had more shooting videos to include on this video like I did for the 500 round review. However, the other 500 rounds I got to shoot through this gun, it was very sporadic. It was throughout my workday. So sometimes literally as the range is dead, I'm like, oh, grabbing my ammo and my gun, running in there just to go hit some drills real quick, just so I can get some more rounds into the gun. So unfortunately, while I don't have more shooting clips to put into this video, while I don't have extras, you can always rewatch the 500 round review, or if you haven't seen it at all, go ahead and check it out. You guys can see this gun is very phenomenal to shoot. It is very easy to shoot. It's fun to shoot at that. I can't sit here and say that a lot of people have came to me who have shot my gun, and I've shot people who are not very high in the firearms industry, obviously, because I don't really know too many people that are high up in the firearms industry, but several people who are in the firearms industry other than myself, I've let just some of my friends shoot it. I've let several different people shoot this gun, and I've never gotten a complaint about it. I've never gotten this feels weird in my hand, so I don't like the ergonomics of it. I've never heard any of that. That's not something I've ran across, even from SIG guys, even from guys who don't like Glocks a lot. I have not ran across that issue. And I did not mean to hit the microphone, but you know what? Deal with it. But with that being said, does this change? Actually, does these, do these extra 500 rounds, there we go. I'm very tired. I'm going to need a couple more of these. Do these extra 500 rounds that I put through this gun affect the score for it in any of the self-defense situations that I've mentioned before? No, not at all. Now, if you guys don't know what self-defense situations I go over, I actually go over this in the 500 round review. I talk about home defense, concealed carry, an SHTF situation, and animal defense. Some people might be wondering, oh, why'd you do animal defense? That was actually a fan-suggested idea. Now, with that being said, I think that about wraps it up for this video. I'm not going to keep going in circles about how great this gun is, because I can tell you right now, after 1,000 rounds later, nobody can tell me that this gun ain't it. Can't nobody tell me that this ain't pretty much the best model Glock that has been released to date. Now, with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all in. Whether or not you agree with me about the Glock Model 45 MOS, and You know, honestly, I really don't care if you disagree with me, but I do want to hear why or why not down below. Make sure to comment down below whether or not you agree with me, because guess what? If you can actually show me a better model Glock than the 45 MOS, I will probably go buy it. But with that being said, y'all make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.